What if the voice you choose to follow determines the direction of your entire life? What if not every voice that claims to guide you actually cares about where you end up? And what if the difference between safety and destruction is simply recognizing the voice of the true shepherd? In John chapter 10, Jesus shares one of the most powerful images in the entire Bible. He describes himself as the Good Shepherd and compares people to sheep who listen to his voice. At first glance, the picture seems simple, but behind this imagery lies a deep and life-changing truth about trust, leadership, protection, and sacrifice. In the ancient world, shepherding was a familiar part of daily life. Sheep were valuable but vulnerable animals. They were easily frightened, easily lost, and unable to defend themselves against predators. Without a shepherd, sheep would wander into danger without even realizing it. A good shepherd was not simply someone who owned the sheep. He knew them personally. He guided them to food and water. He protected them from wolves and thieves. He even slept near the entrance of the sheepfold at night to guard them from harm. Jesus used this image to explain the relationship between himself and those who believe in him. He begins by saying that anyone who does not enter the sheepfold through the gate but climbs in another way is a thief and a robber. The one who enters through the gate is the true shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the door for him and the sheep listen to his voice. Then Jesus says something beautiful and deeply personal. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. Imagine that for a moment. The shepherd does not treat the sheep as a crowd or a number. He knows each one individually. He recognizes them and they recognize him. And when he walks ahead of them, the sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will not follow a stranger. In fact, they run away from strangers because they do not recognize the stranger's voice. This simple illustration reveals a profound spiritual truth. The world is full of voices calling for our attention. Some promise happiness, some promise success, some promise security or meaning. But not every voice leads to life. Some voices lead people into confusion, fear, and destruction. Some voices pretend to care but are actually motivated by selfish gain. These are the voices Jesus compares to thieves and robbers. They enter the sheepfold not to protect the sheep but to take advantage of them. Jesus then makes a bold statement: "I am the gate for the sheep." In ancient sheepfolds, the shepherd himself often became the gate. At night, he would lie across the entrance so that no sheep could wander out and no predator could come in without passing through him. By saying that he is the gate, Jesus is declaring that he is the way to safety, protection, and life. Anyone who enters through him will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. Pasture represents nourishment, peace, and provision. It represents a place where the sheep can grow and thrive. Jesus contrasts his mission with the mission of the thief. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. This is one of the most hopeful promises in the entire gospel. Jesus did not come merely to improve life slightly. He came to offer abundant life, a life filled with purpose, peace, and a deep connection with God. But then Jesus takes the image of the shepherd even further. He says something that would have shocked many people listening at the time. "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." This statement reveals the heart of the message. A hired hand might take care of the sheep as long as everything is safe. But when danger comes, the hired hand runs away because the sheep do not truly belong to him. He is working for wages, not love. But the true shepherd stays. When a wolf appears, the good shepherd does not abandon the sheep. He risks his own life to protect them. Jesus is explaining that his love for people is not casual or temporary. It is sacrificial. He is not a distant leader giving instructions from far away. He is personally invested in the safety and well-being of those who follow him. And the ultimate proof of that love would come later on the cross, where Jesus literally laid down his life for humanity. But even before that moment, he explains something else about the relationship between the shepherd and the sheep. "I know my sheep, and my sheep know me." This relationship is personal and intimate. Just as Jesus knows the Father and the Father knows him, Jesus knows those who belong to him. Faith is not merely about following religious rules, it is about relationship. It is about recognizing the voice of the shepherd and trusting where he leads. Jesus then reveals that his mission is even larger than the people standing around him at that moment. I have other sheep that are not of this sheepfold. I must bring them also. This was a radical statement because it hinted that God's plan included people beyond the boundaries of one nation or culture. The message of the Good Shepherd would eventually reach people all over the world. And Jesus says that one day there will be one flock and one shepherd, one united family of faith, gathered from many backgrounds but guided by the same loving shepherd. But not everyone accepted these words. As often happened during Jesus' teaching, his message divided the crowd. Some people said, "He is demon-possessed and raving mad. Why listen to him?" Others responded, "These are not the sayings of a man possessed by a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind?" The same words that inspired faith in some people caused rejection in others. This reveals something important about truth. Truth does not always produce comfortable reactions. Sometimes it challenges assumptions. Sometimes it forces people to reconsider what they believe. And when that happens, people must make a choice. Will they listen to the voice of the shepherd, or will they walk away? The image of the Good Shepherd invites each person to consider which voices they are following. Every day we hear messages from culture, media, leaders, and countless other influences. Some of those voices encourage compassion and wisdom. Others encourage fear, selfishness, or pride. Without guidance, it becomes difficult to know which voice leads toward life. Jesus offers clarity through a simple principle. My sheep listen to my voice. Recognizing the shepherd's voice requires familiarity. Sheep learn the voice of their shepherd because they spend time with him. In the same way, people begin to recognize the voice of Christ through scripture, prayer, and reflection. The more someone listens to his teachings, the easier it becomes to distinguish his guidance from other influences. His voice leads toward love, humility, truth, and peace. It calls people to care for others, to forgive, and to trust God even during uncertainty. The voice of the thief, on the other hand, often leads toward fear, division, and destruction. It promises quick solutions, but ultimately leaves people empty. Jesus' message in John chapter 10 is both comforting and challenging. It is comforting because it reminds us that we are not alone. The Good Shepherd watches over his sheep. He knows them by name and leads them towards safety. But it is also challenging because it asks a serious question. Whose voice are we really following? Are we allowing the shepherd to guide our decisions, values, and direction? Or are we wandering through life guided by voices that do not truly care about our well-being? Sheep depend on the shepherd because they cannot navigate danger alone. In the same way, human beings often struggle to see the full picture of life's path. We face uncertainty, temptation, and difficult choices. The Good Shepherd does not promise a life without challenges, but he promises guidance through them. He walks ahead of his sheep, showing them where to go. And when danger appears, he does not abandon them. Perhaps the most powerful part of this story is the sacrifice of the shepherd. Jesus says that he lays down his life for the sheep, but then he adds something extraordinary. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. This statement points forward to the resurrection. The shepherd who lays down his life is also the shepherd who rises again. Death itself cannot defeat him, and because he lives, his sheep can trust that his protection and guidance continue beyond the limits of this world. The Good Shepherd story reminds us that faith is not about wandering alone and hoping we find the right path. It is about listening to the voice of the one who knows the path perfectly. He knows where danger hides. He knows where true nourishment can be found. He knows where life can flourish, and he leads with love. In a world filled with noise, confusion, and competing voices, the invitation of the Good Shepherd remains the same today as it was 2,000 years ago. Listen for his voice. Follow where he leads. Trust the one who knows you by name, because the shepherd who guides you is the same shepherd who was willing to give everything to protect you. And that kind of love changes everything. If this message encouraged you and helped you understand the words of Jesus more deeply, thank you for watching. Please remember to like this video, Follow the Holy Path Insights channel for more biblical reflections and share this message with someone who may need to hear it today. Thank you for watching, and may the voice of the Good Shepherd guide your path.